Okay, welcome to my tutorial, guys. Okay, in this video I'm gonna be making a beat and I'm gonna go through the process of how I make a beat. Now sometimes it depends, but for this video I'm just gonna show you how to make a basic melody and how to make like a beat from that. First thing you want to do is that you want to pick up a piano. I have a Nexus, so I'm going to use that. If you don't have that, you can use FL Keys, which is free on FL Studio. It looks like this. It doesn't sound amazing, but so it's best to have like other plugins like Nexus or Omnisphere. That sounds better. This is just to compare. I'm going to put on a piano that sounds a bit better than the FL Keys one. So this is the FL Keys. And this is Nexus. So yeah, Nexus is better, but I'm just gonna pick a random piano sound from Nexus. I'm gonna use that, and then you go on piano roll and you make a chord progression. Now the easiest way to do this is that you just make a major chord or a minor. If you don't know how to do that, very simple. You just choose a note, like. Okay, so the simplest way to make a chord progression is to make either a minor chord progression or a major one. Now, if you want to make a minor chord, you just pick any note that you would like. Any note that you just pick the note you would like. In this case, I'm just gonna pick a random one. Let's say F. And then you want to have. I can zoom in a bit. You want to have 2 spaces and then put another note and then 3 spaces and make another note. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that's F minor. If you want to make a F major, the only difference is that you put the middle note one up. So it's 3, 2 instead of 2, 3. So this is F major. Sad and happy, right? And then you just go on from there. So I'm just gonna make a quick chord progression from that. Okay, so this is the chord progression that I'm using. F minor, G major, and so on and so forth. Now, it's not the best chord progression, I'm just making this quick, but now the next thing you want to do is that you want to pick something that sounds cool. You can either use Nexus or Omnisphere or whatever program that you have. You can just use a piano too if you just prefer that. I'm just gonna wait for Omnisphere to load up. Now I'm gonna pick a cool sound. Let's browse through some sounds and check if we can find something. Okay, so this is one of the sounds. Okay, I'm gonna use this one, I think. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Now, what you want to do is that you made a chord progression, right? So what you do is that you mute that chord progression with this button, mute it so you can't hear it, and then you go in the piano roll. Because then you can see the notes without hearing them, right? And if you can't see them, that's because you need to click here on the little tool button here, and never mind, you have to click. Okay, so if you can't see these notes that you just made, be sure that you're the same pattern, by the way. Make everything in the same pattern. It makes a lot. It will make sense later on. You can see that. Just click here, and then on tools, you can click on. Okay, so if you go here and click on helpers, you can see ghost channels, Alt V. Click on that one. If you click on that one, you can see the notes. Alt V. If I click on Alt V now, I can't see the notes. So Alt plus V. Now you can see the notes. And now you just make some random notes on these notes, and it's gonna sound cool pretty much no matter what you do. So I'm just gonna choose some random stuff, okay? I'm not gonna listen to it, so you can just see my point. And now I just made this, and I'm just going to copy that on every single one, so we have something similar on every one of them. I'm just going to like move the notes to the actual chords, you know. Okay, how about this? Okay, let's listen to it. Now we're gonna make this sound cooler, okay? I didn't like the sound of it, so I'm just gonna try to put it one octave down. It's the same notes, I just click on Control and down arrow to get them down one octave. Now I didn't like the sound, so I'm just gonna change the sound. Let's try with this one. Now I'm gonna have this one, and then I'm gonna put on a different sound. I'm gonna use this DSK Asian Dreams. So this is a free plugin. So if you just search on this name, DSK Asian Dreams, download for free, you can find the plugin and download it. I'm gonna use, I think, just this default one. You have different sounds, but I'm just gonna use this one, Pipa, and then I'm just gonna click on here, copy and paste. Because now, if you hear, you can hear both instruments. So now what we want to do is that we want to unmute the piano, just to create some cool variation here. So it's just not just a melody. Okay, let's listen all together. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put bass notes on these. The easiest way to put on bass notes is just that you copy the last one and the first one and just put it one octave down. So F and C, that would be F, and C. This one is G sharp and D sharp. So G sharp, D sharp, D sharp, C, C, D sharp. Where are you at? There. E and B. So that would be E, and this would be B. So listen to it now. I'm gonna put this one octave up. Now the next thing is I'm gonna put on some effects. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the volume all the way down, because what you want to do is that throughout making the beat, it's smart to kind of mix it as well as you are making the beat, because it makes everything more simpler in the end when you're supposed to mix and master. So melodies, you want to have like around 27 on the left side here. You can see 27. So to make this sound better, I'm gonna put on reverb 2 and delay 2. And then if you go on reverb 2, you can right click on this arrow, click on cathedral or large hall. I prefer cathedral. And if you go on delay and click on the same arrow, you can right click on the arrow, by the way, click on widen. Because now sound without the effects. Listen to it. And now listen with the effects. It's not a huge difference, but it's the tiny details that makes everything sound better, you know? So I'm just gonna do it with all of them. I'm gonna put the reverb down a bit on the guitar. And then I want to make these one octave up. Okay, now with the drums. So, with the drums, there is a simple pattern that you can follow when making trap beats and like those kind of beats, the most usual rap beats nowadays. So downloading different packs is very important. As you can see here, I have a lot of them, and as you can see here too, I have even more on this file. I also have some packs here, but right now I'm going to use a free pack, so you guys can get the same pack if you want. This one is called Andromeda or something like that. And if you search Kyle Beats Andromeda, free download. He's a producer that makes beats and stuff on YouTube. You should check him out. You can learn a lot from him. But this beat is free from him, and it's very easy to use. So we're gonna start with the clap. And if you click here on the first white one, you can see, or gray, we can see gray. Gray 1, gray 2, gray 1, gray 2, gray 1, gray 2, gray 1, gray 2. Now listen. Wait, I gotta unmute it. Okay, listen now. I'm just gonna put this down a little bit. Okay, listen now. Only with the clap. Next thing is a snare. Let's go. 5. Next thing is hi-hat. This video is gonna be long, I know. It's just that I'm gonna try to like make you guys see the whole progress of me making a beat. I'm gonna make different videos in the future where I like don't make it so long and just get straight to the point, but I just want to show you all what I'm doing from start to beginning without a lot of cuts, basically. Okay, so we have hi-hats, we have snare, and the clap. Next thing is a perk. Or actually, I don't think we need one here. Open hi-hat. Kick. Sometimes I can be searching for sounds for ages before I find what I want, but for this video I'm just gonna make something real quick. Able. I'm gonna use able. Okay, so this is a tip that I'm gonna make for you guys that helps pretty much all beginner producers, because making your 808 on key can be what changes your beat game when you're starting out. So to make sure your 808, by the way, 808 is the bass if you didn't know, the 808, to make it in key, click on the 808. First thing you want to do is that you want to click on edit, right click on it, click edit, click here, then click here, and then detect pitch regions, because then you can see the key that is played with the 808. It says G or E, but I'm just going to pick E because I think it's going to be an E anyways. So what you want to do now is you want to click back on the 808. Oh, kind of a notification. Just going to turn off the sound. Then you click on this and you find E here. You can just right click until you find it. It's here. I already know, but I'm just going to show you. And if you mess up like this, just click reset and try again. So E. Now we have the right key of the 808. That's important. Next thing is you want to make these little okay, next thing is that you want to right click on the 808, click cut itself. The reason you want to do that is because if you don't, it's going to get all muddy and sound like this when you play the 808 right next to each other. If you don't have this on, that's going to happen. If you click on this, that's not going to happen. What it does is that when the next note is played, the last note is going to cut off. So basically, I'm going to be able to do this. Great. Now, these are simple patterns that are easy to do, that makes pretty much every beat sound cool. Okay, if you right click on hi-hats, click on fill each two-step. Listen to it now. Okay, next thing is that you want to take your open hi-hat, you want to go on here, attack down, hold all the way up, decay down, this one down, and this one. That makes it so when you play the note only plays when the note is laid down. So if I click here, listen. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go here and I'm going to play. This is where the clap goes, by the way. The clap comes here. So I'm just going to have it right before the clap on every single one. There we go. And now for the snare. You can use this trick on a snare or percussion, depends on what you want to do. You just place one here, and then skip one and place one here and here, the same place as the first one. Now listen to it. Next thing is kick. I'm going to place down a kick pattern that I like. You can copy it or you can make something your own, but try to avoid these ones, because these ones makes everything sound off beat like this. Listen how weird this sounds. So what you want to do is want to get off on beat. So I'm just going to place it like this. And now to make the 808 sound cool, you can just do the most simplest thing ever. What you can do is that you just copy the 808, no, the kick. You copy the kick and you paste it down on the 808, because then the 808 hits each time the kick hits. And this is the simplest way to do it, and it sounds dope. So I'm just going to do that now for the simplicity of this video. But what you want to do is that you want to go in on the 808 and you want to place it on the root note of every chord. And the root note is the first note in the chord. So as you can remember from the beginning, we made an F minor. So F is the first one here. These two last notes on each one are bass notes, so we're just going to ignore that. We're going to focus on the 3 top notes, which is F, G sharp, and then D sharp, and then E. So we're gonna move the 808 down to the right keys, because then the 808s are on key. You can also do like this and put this one up here or up here or whatever. You can play with it, but this is the easiest way to make it sound correctly, you know. So listen to it now. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna do some mixing and stuff just so it sounds a little bit cleaner. So I'll be back to you guys in 2 secs. Okay. Okay, now that I've done a little bit mixing, when you have done this, you have done all this, all you do is that you click on pattern 1, pattern 1, okay, so pattern 1 is where you made everything, right? You made everything on one pattern. Now you just click on pattern 1 and then you click here on the playlist, you drag it to the left, you right click pattern and click split by channel. Then you click on this little pencil thing and you just drag each and every one down, so you have each and every one laid up, or laid out, I mean. So now I'm gonna use this tool, mark everything, click shift, hold it, arrow up, and then control B, control B, control B, control B, control B. And now I'm gonna delete all the drums at the beginning, so we just have the melody, and then I'm gonna remove the piano at the beginning. No, I'm gonna remove the piano here.
Shit going crazy, man.
So yeah, that's the beat basically. Okay, so this is finished product, I think. By the way, if you mark every single piano, click on Control A, this is the piano, and then you click on Alt Q. Never mind, don't do that. And then you click on. So if you mark everything and then you click Alt S, you get the strum tool. And that makes everything sound more humanized, kind of. It makes it sound like you played it as a human being. So if you listen to it. So this is the finished beat, guys.
Shit going crazy, man.
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I'm gonna make more videos in the next few days on how I mix and master, and also how I mix my vocals, and a few tips on writing and videos like that. So hope you guys liked it. Tell me in the comments if you learned something, and in case you did, tell me what you learned. And if you want more videos or you have ideas I can do, tell me in the comments. And bye bye.